Welcome to Night Whisper Tales.
Episode 1. The Broken Covenant Morning, Stonefall Village. The pack awakens to another day of peaceful routine. Kaylin, 35, the alpha, walks through the bustling village with a warm authority that commands both respect and affection. He stops to help a young mother carry firewood, then kneels to repair a child's broken toy. His eyes crinkle with genuine warmth as the child beams up at him. Training grounds. Day Kaylin spars with his beta, Alaric, 40s. Their movements are a perfectly synchronized dance of power and precision that draws admiring glances from younger warriors. When Kaylin finally pins Alaric, he immediately offers a hand up. Kaylin, your left guard is still dropping, old friend. Alaric, chuckling. And you're still too quick for your own good. Their mutual respect is palpable, built on 20 years of shared battles and leadership. Alpha's Lodge. Day Kaylin studies territory maps with Alaric and his wife, Liana, 30s. Tension lines his face. Alaric, the Nightfang scouts grow bolder. They've crossed the river 3 times this week. Kaylin, we'll reinforce the border patrols, but no preemptive strikes. My father ruled through fear and bloodshed. I won't make that mistake. Liana touches his arm, her pride evident. Liana, you've built something better here. Something that honors both strength and compassion. Ceremonial grounds. Night torches cast dancing shadows as the entire pack gathers for the lunar ascension. One by one, children step into the sacred circle and shift into their wolf forms for the first time. The pack's joyful howls echo through the night. 8-year-old Ilara stands clutching the small wooden wolf her father carved for her. When her turn comes, she closes her eyes tightly, her small body trembling with effort. Nothing happens. The excited murmurs of the pack slowly die into an uncomfortable silence. Shaman Orin, 70s, steps forward, his face heavy with sorrow. Orin, the moon is silent. She cannot answer the call. She is defective. The word hangs in the air like a death sentence. Ilara looks at her father, her eyes wide with confusion and dawning fear. Ilara, Papa? Kaylin's face transforms from loving father to stern alpha. He kneels before her, his voice dangerously quiet. Kaylin, Ilara. He takes her small, trembling hand in his massive one. For a heartbeat, she thinks he will hold it, protect her. Then his fingers slowly, deliberately, unclench. He lets her hand drop. The action is more devastating than any physical blow. A single tear traces a path through the dirt on Ilara's cheek. Kaylin, to nearby warriors. The law is clear. Take her to the border. As warriors drag a screaming Ilara away, Liana collapses against Alaric. Liana, Kaylin, she's your daughter. But Kaylin remains frozen, his heart turning to stone as his daughter's screams fade into the dark forest. 5 years later, hunting grounds. Day. Alaric, in his powerful wolf form, leads a hunting party through the dense woods. Suddenly, his body convulses violently. A horrific glitching sound echoes as his form flickers between wolf and human. He crashes to the ground, fully human, his skin already turning sickly gray. Black veins crawl up his neck. Alaric, choking. It's empty. I can't feel my wolf. Alpha's Lodge. Night Kaylin, 40, stares at territory maps. His face harder now, the warmth in his eyes replaced by permanent weariness. Finn bursts in, panic-stricken. Finn. Alpha! It's Alaric. Some kind of sickness, like nothing we've ever seen. Kaylin is out the door before Finn finishes speaking. Sick room, night. Alaric lies shivering on a cot, his breathing shallow. Orin mixes herbs with shaking hands. Orin. It's no natural illness, Kaylin. It's a blight that silences the wolf within. I have no cure. Kaylin clenches his fists, his knuckles white. Kaylin. There is always a cure. Find it. Village. Next day, chaos reigns as two more pack members collapse, their skin graying. Fear spreads like a contagion. The pack looks to Kalen as he strides through the village, but he has no answers. Warrior Ronan steps into his path, his expression challenging. Ronan, your beta dies. Our strength fades. What is your command, Alpha? How do we fight this? Kalen meets his gaze but remains silent, his powerlessness a physical presence around him. Woods. Day Scout, Kalen stumbles back into camp, exhausted but with a spark of hope in his eyes. Salin. Alpha! A rumor from the deep woods. A healer. They say she lives in the blighted lands and can cure the sickness. A murmur of desperate hope runs through the pack. Kalen's eyes show the first flicker of hope he's felt in weeks. Kalen, find her, bring her, offer her anything. Gold, land, protection, anything, pack border, twilight. Kalen stands alone, watching his dying territory. Kalen returns alone, and Kalen's face falls. Kalen, she wouldn't come with me, but... Alpha, she followed. Kalen points toward the tree line. There, shrouded in evening mist, stands a figure in a gray hooded cloak. Utterly still, unnervingly silent. Kalen takes a hesitant step forward. The figure mirrors him, taking one deliberate step out of the shadows and into the moonlight of his territory. A scarred but capable hand emerges from the cloak. She rests her palm against the trunk of a great blighted oak tree, its leaves gone, its bark gray and crumbling. For a moment, nothing. Then, a soft silver light pulses from her hand, spreading through the bark like liquid moonlight. Where the light touches, the gray recedes, the bark darkens to healthy brown, and a single, perfect green leaf unfurls from the barren wood. Kalen stares, his breath catching, his eyes wide with a mixture of awe, desperate hope, and deep, dawning horror. He feels the ghost of a small, falling hand in his memory. Kalen, a whisper. Who are you? The figure gives no answer, standing as a silent promise of both salvation and reckoning. Episode 2. The Silent Savior Pack Border. Day. Kalen stands frozen, his eyes locked on the single green leaf, a miracle that feels like condemnation. He tears his gaze away to where the figure stood, but only mist remains. He turns to his waiting warriors, their faces a mixture of fear and desperate hope. Kalen. Let her pass. She is to have free reign of the village. No one is to approach her. No one is to speak to her unless she speaks first. Is that understood? The warriors nod, but their uncertain eyes reveal what Kalen already knows. An alpha who issues commands about a stranger in his own land is an alpha who is already yielding power. Village path, day. The pack watches in tense silence as the cloaked figure walks calmly down the main path. She moves with an unnerving, fluid grace, her head slightly bowed, her face hidden. The only sound is the whisper of her gray cloak against the dirt. Parents pull children inside. Warriors watch from doorways, hands resting uneasily on weapons. She is a ghost walking through their home, her silence more intimidating than any threat. Infirmary. Day. The air hangs thick with the smell of sickness and despair. Rows of cots hold pack members in various stages of the withering, their skin gray, their breathing shallow. Liana moves among them, wiping brows with a damp cloth, her face etched with exhaustion and sorrow. The tent flap opens. The healer enters. All activity stops. Liana looks up, her eyes wide. The healer's hidden gaze sweeps the room, assessing. She ignores Liana and goes directly to the nearest cot, where a young man shivers violently. She kneels. A scarred hand emerges from her cloak. She places it on his forehead. For a moment, nothing. Then a soft silver light pulses from her palm, spreading under the young man's skin like liquid moonlight. The pack members watching gasp as the gray pallor recedes from his face, chased away by the warm light. The black veins fade. The young man's body relaxes, his breathing deepening into the steady rhythm of peaceful sleep. The healer moves to the next cot, and the next. The same silent ritual, the same effortless healing. With each touch, a life is restored. Liana watches, her hand over her mouth, tears of relief and awe streaming down her face. She looks toward the tent entrance, where Kalen now stands, watching with a storm in his eyes. Village, day. News spreads like wildfire. The healer is real. She is here. She is curing the withering. A crowd gathers outside the infirmary, their faces filled with a hope they haven't felt in years. When the healer exits, the crowd parts for her, some bowing their heads in gratitude. She acknowledges no one. She begins walking toward the guest lodge, her silence a wall around her. Young warrior Brennan steps out from the crowd, blocking her path. Known for his arrogance and blind loyalty to Kalen, he smirks at his friends. Brennan. What? No words for your savior's witch? We offer you shelter, and you offer us silence? The healer stops. She doesn't turn. She doesn't even seem to breathe. Brennan's smirk falters. He gasps, his hand flying to his chest. He stumbles back, dropping to one knee, struggling to draw breath, as if an invisible weight crushes his lungs. The healer continues walking, never breaking stride. After she passes, Brennan's breath returns in ragged gasps. He stays on the ground, pale and trembling, humiliated and terrified. The message is clear. Do not test me. Kalen watches from a distance, his jaw so tight it looks ready to crack. He sees the fear in his warrior's eyes and the new, reverent fear the pack holds for this stranger. Alpha's lodge. Night Kalen paces like a caged animal. Liana stands by the fireplace, her arms crossed. Liana. She saved them, Kalen. She saved them all. What does it matter if she doesn't speak? Kalen. It matters. She walks through my pack as if she owns it. She attacks my warriors without lifting a finger. She is not a savior, Liana. She is a conqueror wearing a healer's cloak. Liana. Is that what you see? Or is it the ghost of a little girl you can't bear to face? Kalen stops pacing. He turns to her, his face a mask of pain and anger. Kalen. Do not. Liana. Why? Because the truth is a sharper blade than any sword? You look at her as if you've seen a ghost. Who is she, Kalen? He cannot answer. He turns away, his silence confirming her deepest, most terrible suspicion. Guest lodge, night. The healer stands on the small porch, looking out at the moonlit village. Her hood is down. For the first time, we see her face fully. She is Ilara, but the 8-year-old girl is gone. Her face is a landscape of quiet strength and ancient grief. Her eyes hold the wisdom of the forest and the coldness of countless lonely nights. She looks toward the Alpha's lodge, her expression unreadable. From the shadows near the trees, Kalen watches her. The moonlight catches her profile, and for a heart-stopping moment, he sees the ghost of the child he lost in the line of her jaw, the set of her eyes. His breath catches. The memory of her small, falling hand is a physical pain in his chest. He takes an involuntary step forward, a name on his lips. Kalen, a whisper. Ilara? But as quickly as he sees it, the moment passes. She turns and disappears inside the lodge, leaving him alone in the dark with his crumbling certainty. The pattern continues through all 10 episodes with this level of detail and expansion. Episode 10. What Grows from Ash's Village. Day. The morning sun reveals a pack reborn. The air hums with purposeful energy as pack members work together to raise new lodges where damaged ones once stood. The scent of fresh-cut pine and baking bread replaces the memory of sickness and fear. Ilara moves among her people, no longer a distant figure of power, but the living heart of the pack. She pauses to help lift a heavy beam for a new structure, her strength surprising the younger warriors. When a group of children presents her with clumsily woven flower crowns, she kneels to accept them, her genuine laughter mingling with theirs. Training grounds. Day Kalen trains alone at the far edge of the grounds. His movements are still powerful, but stripped of their former arrogance. He works through defensive forms, his focus entirely on the practice dummy before him. Nearby, younger warriors train in their own groups. They occasionally glance his way with curiosity rather than reverence. Ronan approaches, not with hostility, but with quiet respect. He tosses Kaelin a waterskin. "Ronan, your form is off. You're favoring your left side." The old wound from the Nightfang ambush. Kaelin catches it, pausing. He nods, acknowledging the truth. "Kaelin." It stiffens in the cold. "Ronan." The Luna could heal it. Kaelin meets his gaze, a world of understanding passing between them. "Kaelin. Some things I need to carry." Ronan studies him for a long moment, then gives a curt nod of respect before returning to the other warriors. Cliffside. Day. Alara finds Kaelin there, looking out over the vast, healed territory. He doesn't turn as she approaches, but his posture shifts. He is aware of her. She comes to stand beside him, the wind tugging at their hair. The silence between them is no longer charged with anger or pain, but with a fragile, tentative peace. "Kaelin, you have given them a better world than I ever could. Alara, I gave them back what was always theirs. Their connection, their safety." Kaelin's voice is quiet, stripped bare of all pretense. "Kaelin, I do not ask for your forgiveness. Alara, I know. Kaelin, but I will spend the rest of my life earning a place in this pack you have saved, however small. As a warrior, as a guardian. Whatever is needed." Alara turns to him. The last remnants of ice in her eyes have thawed, replaced by a quiet, weary acceptance. The battle is over. The war within her, finally, is at rest. "Alara, you are my father. That is your place." She doesn't hug him. She doesn't offer a smile. But she stands beside him, looking out at their home, their shared future stretching out before them. It is not the relationship they lost, but it is a foundation. It is enough. Heartstone Grove, sunset. The entire pack gathers, not for a formal ceremony, but for a quiet moment of unity. They stand in a loose circle around the vibrant, pulsing Heartstone, its light now steady and strong. Alara stands with Liana and Alaric. Kaelin stands a few paces away, among the other warriors. There is no hierarchy in this moment, only pack. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in brilliant hues of orange and purple, Alara steps forward. She doesn't speak. She simply places a hand on the Heartstone. In response, it glows brighter, and a soft, silvery light washes over every member of the pack, a gentle, constant reminder of their bond, their shared life, their Luna's protection. Down at the base of the stone, nestled among its strong roots, something catches the fading light. It is the small wooden wolf carving Kaelin had given Alara long ago. It had been lost, discarded, a symbol of broken promises. But now it rests here, returned to the heart of the pack. And from the wood of the carving, where a crack had once been, a single, resilient green sapling grows, its tender leaves reaching for the emerging moon, a living testament to the truth that from even the most broken places, new life can grow.